The following interview took place today, October 7, 2024, in the ruins of Kibbutz Be'eri, 1 year after the attack. Despite the devastation, Israel's resilience shines. With the help of God, the community will rebuild. 1 year ago, on October 7, 2023, Kibbutz Be'eri, once a place of peace and community, became a battleground. Hamas terrorists launched a brutal attack, taking over 100 lives and leaving a path of destruction. But even amidst the tragedy, powerful stories of courage, resilience, and unwavering faith emerged. Among the defenders were Israel's elite special forces, Shayetet 13, one of the most secretive units in the Israeli military. Known for their skill, courage, and discretion, the identities of these commandos and the details of their missions are often kept hidden. Shayetet 13, often compared to the U.S. Navy SEALs and Britain's Special Boat Service, has been defending Israel since 1949. Their operations range from sea-to-land incursions and counter-terrorism missions to high-stakes hostage rescues. These missions are marked by incredible bravery, meticulous training, and an unwavering commitment to their nation. One of these brave fighters, D, we'll call him, received the call on Simchat Torah morning, a Jewish holiday that celebrates the Bible. He was at home with his family, enjoying the holiday, but when the call came, he knew he had to go. As he prepared to leave, his wife and children surrounded him, reciting psalms, ancient prayers asking for safety, protection, and divine intervention. D said the following: "As I left, I could hear my family's prayers. They were reciting psalms, calling on God to protect me, and I carried their prayers with me into the battlefield. No matter what happened, I knew they would be praying for me every moment." Within hours, D and his team were flying towards the heart of the attack. As they approached Be'eri, they saw the once peaceful kibbutz engulfed in smoke, flames reaching toward the sky, and sounds of gunfire echoing across the fields. What was once a sanctuary for families had become a battlefield, a place of unimaginable fear and chaos. Kibbutz Be'eri, a small farming community known for its close-knit atmosphere, was now a war zone. The soldiers of Shayetet 13 knew they were heading into a place where lives were on the line. They moved through the kibbutz, house by house, facing danger at every turn, as they searched for hostages and engaged in intense face-to-face combat. D said the following: "Each house was a different world. We didn't know if we'd find families hiding inside or Hamas fighters waiting to attack. We were exhausted, but we kept going. We knew that people were counting on us, and we couldn't let them down." After over 14 hours of brutal combat, D and his team had saved 25 hostages. But as they approached another house, a terrorist, disguised in an IDF uniform, suddenly opened fire. D felt a sharp pain as the bullets hit, and his teammate was injured as well. D said the following: "The bullets hit me and I felt the shock spread through my body. My friend was wounded too. We called for a medic, who rushed over to help us. He gave his life trying to save ours. I will never forget that sacrifice." D was evacuated under heavy fire and taken to the hospital, having lost a significant amount of blood. He required immediate surgery. Throughout his recovery, his family's prayers continued, psalm after psalm, asking for his safe return. D said the following: "The months that followed were some of the hardest of my life. The physical pain was intense, but the memories were just as painful. My family never stopped praying, and that gave me the strength to keep going through every surgery and every challenge." In the same attack, a woman named Perach Philo found herself trapped in her home. With terrorists outside, she held tightly to a small prayer book, which contained the Psalms and other teachings, and a picture of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, a beloved Jewish spiritual leader. Her connection to her faith helped her find strength during this terrifying ordeal. Actually, today, on October 7th, 2024, Donald Trump visited the gravesite of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, seeking blessings and inspiration. For many, like Perach, the Rebbe's influence is a source of comfort and strength. At 6:30 a.m., Perach said, the siren went off. I grabbed a blanket, a half-full bottle of water, and ran to my shelter. Soon after, notifications started coming in. Terrorists were in the kibbutz. I was alone, and as the reports grew more terrifying, I felt panic creeping in. But then I took a deep breath, closed my eyes, and began to pray. Perach continued to pray, holding tightly to her psalms and the Rebbe's picture, drawing strength from her words. I whispered, "Thank you, God. Thank you for your angels." I kept thanking God over and over. I felt a strength I had never known before. I knew I had to stay calm, so I rationed the biscuits and water I had and waited. Outside her safe room, terrorists were banging on the door, yelling and firing shots. Despite the fear, Perach continued her prayers, holding on to every word. Perach said the following: they tried everything, but nothing worked. I remembered that years ago, my daughter and I had put a stronger lock on the door. I believe that decision saved my life. After 48 hours, Perach climbed out through a window, weak but alive. She walked through the destruction, repeating her mantra with each step. I found a bottle of water, said Perach, and thanked God. I kept saying, "Thank you, God. Thank you for protecting me." Eventually, I made it to the gate of the kibbutz, where I was finally reunited with my son. Shayetet 13 has continued to lead operations in Gaza, taking on high-risk missions to protect Israel. In one operation, they took control of Gaza harbor, dismantling Hamas's naval infrastructure. Later, they uncovered hidden weapons in Gaza schools. These missions are filled with danger, but the men and women of Shayetet 13 continue to serve with courage and resolve. As we stand here today in the ruins of Be'eri, we are reminded that terror will never win. The people of Israel are resilient. They will rebuild with the help of God, and they will continue to stand strong against all who wish them harm. God has protected Israel time and again, even as enemies like Iran work tirelessly to inflict damage. God's hand is clear, and his protection is unwavering. These soldiers and survivors are not just fighting for Israel, they are fighting for values that many of us hold dear, like family, faith, and resilience. Their courage in the face of unimaginable challenges is an inspiration to us all. What would you have done if you were in their place? How would you find strength in such a moment? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories of bravery and resilience. By sharing these stories, you help honor their sacrifices and keep their legacy alive. Thank you for watching.